Welcome guys. So today we are going to discuss about MsSQL database. What are its rec- uh, backup modes? What are the backup and recovery models of the database? How we switch from one to another recovery model. Okay, so let's start the video. So this is my testing database. I have created that for testing in MsSQL. So let's see what are the recovery models of the database and how we check it. Go to the properties of the database, go to the options. You see the database is set to full. The recovery model is full. What is the difference between full and simple and backlogged recovery models? You'll find it anywhere, but I'll tell you in brief. Bulk logged is required when you are doing a bulk inserts in the database and you don't want all those records to be added to the logs transaction log. So if you add all those records in the transaction logs, your that will occupy a lot of memory, lot of space in of onto your disk. So we on this bulk logged model, we the MsSQL skip the major insert those from the transaction logs, and that's how it saves your memory from consuming much more space. In full recovery model, that is we often follow if this all the um, logs, all the transactions are getting committed to the transaction logs. In simple recovery model, it is all the transactions all logged into the transaction logs, but they are removed from the transaction logs once they are committed to the database. So uh, this simple recovery model is not recommended for production databases. If we are going to recover the database from any failure, we cannot do it because all the transactions logs are removed from the logs, and we cannot recover them. But in full recovery mode, all the logs of the transactions are getting written into the logs, and we can recover them from the transaction logs. So the database is in full recovery model right now. So I'll change it to simple. I'm going to tell you a main thing why we are changing it. Okay, so this is my testing database, and if you go to the properties, you can change it. I'll tell you from here. Simple and full recovery model, you can change it. Okay, so how we take the backups? We can take go to the tasks, backups, and you see the recovery model is simple, which is hidden here. You cannot change it from here. You need to go to the properties and then you can change it. And by here you can change the backup type of the database. It is full or differential. You do not see any transaction log backup here. You only see the full and differential backup types here with simple recovery model. So how we enable that transaction log recovery model? Here we change the recovery model to full. Okay, and then if you go to the tasks, backups, you see the recovery model is changed here. It is full and it is grayed out and hidden from here. And you see transaction log backup type of transaction log is also enabled here with full recovery model only. So in production databases, we prefer this full recovery model so that we can take the backup, full backup, differential backup, and transaction log backups. I tell you what is the difference between these. Full backup is where you have all the all backup of all the things, all the transactions, all the things are uh, recover logged into the transaction logs. And you can take this backup monthly, weekly, depending on the need of your database. You can take this weekly in most production databases. So after a week, when if you take the backup on Sunday, so what after Monday? From Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you can take the differential backups for the whole day. It will take the differential backups. All the changes which are done in the database after the full database backup, those gets covered in the differential backup. But it is the not the base backup. If you need to apply the database to the current uh, position, you first need to apply the full database backup, then the differential database backup will work. And the what is the transaction log backup? It is after the differential log backup. Like you took the backup daily after the full backup, or you take the differential backup daily, but after that, when you take the differential backup, all the things gets logged into the transaction logs. And from here you can apply those changes to the database to get to a particular time frame, to get the latest uh, condition of the database, latest structure, latest uh, situation of the database from differential backup. Like first you need to apply the full backup, then you need to apply the differential backup, which is via daily basis, and then you can take the transaction log backups. Those are hourly basis. So that's how you uh, put the database to the current position. This is how you change the database from full to simple recovery model and take the backups from here. You can take any backups from here and put the name and then change it. I'll tell you in my next video what we are doing with that. Oh, take the backup. You see, that's so simple. You can take the backup easily from here. Okay, so the backup is done. You can see the backup here. This is full backup. It's today's date. Okay, so taking the backup is quite simple and easy in the MsSQL database. So thank you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.